Let's take another take on how the short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals kind of relate to one another. So we talked about it last time in these terms that I have on the screen as far as in the big picture. If my goal is that I want to graduate from college and I don't want to have to drop out because I didn't have enough money, then that's the long-term goal and I set a date for it. And then my medium term goal is to maybe have enough money for my personal expenses because that's what I've decided that I'm going to try to save for, and I'm going to work on scholarship money for the rest of my college expenses. And then we said if we back that all the way out, maybe the first step would be to open a savings account because we said the first step in savings is to figure out where you're going to put all this money that you're saving. So now let's look at this another way and let's add some dollars to these goals. So let's say we decide that for spending money, we want to have, let's keep it simple and say $100 a month. And I'm not going to worry about the summer because in the summer, maybe you decide not to take classes and you can work over the summer, and maybe that's how you can even save up some more money for the next year, but let's not complicate it. So that means we want $100 a month, which is going to be $900 a year if we're not worried about summers. So that's going to be $3,600. So that is our goal. So our goal is to save $900 per year, or $3,600 for the whole time that we're in school. And so let's focus just on that first year. So if I want to have $900 by August of 2020, so that will be when I'm a freshman in college. And if this is October of 2017, how many months do I have? Well, let's see, I've got 3 months in 2017. And then in 2018, I've got the whole year. And then I've got all of 2019. And then in 2020, I've got 7 months. So that is 34 months to save my $900. So if I take 900 divided by 34, then that is $26.47. That's not so bad, right? If I divide that by 30, well, you can already tell that's less than $1 a day. So you see how we're taking this really big goal of having $3,600 to last us through 4 years of college down to what do I need just to cover that first year. Now, if you wanted to do the whole $3,600, then we would basically multiply this by 4. And so you're going to need $105.88 a month, which is about $3.50 a day. But I kind of like the less than $1 a day because remember, you still have those summers off where you can save up some money. So if you start saving $1 a day right now, that can give you $900 plus interest by the time you start college. and that would be enough maybe for your first year of spending money. So that's one way we can take some big goal that's far off and turn it into a smaller goal. So you could say that your goal, your long-term goal, is to have $900 saved by August 1st of 2020, and then your medium-term goal would be, I don't know, maybe by the time you graduate from high school, which would be, you're graduating in 2020, so that would be 27, about 30, well, I guess not that much longer, maybe 31 months. So in 31 months, you'd have $820. And to make sure that you're on track within a year, so this time next year, if you did this at $26.47 a month, you'd have $317. You'd be a third of the way there. So that's one way to take a big goal and cut it into pieces. What you have to remember when we're setting goals, they need to be SMART goals. And so SMART means that they are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, they're realistic, and they're time bound. So we set a specific goal. We said $900 is what you wanted to save. And so that's measurable. You either did it or you didn't. You either have $900 by a certain time or you don't. Is it attainable? Well, we said that to do this, you'd only have to save $1 a day or less than that. So yeah, that's attainable. And is it realistic? Well, we have explained why, because we've backed into it and said, you know, it'd be nice to have $100 a month just of spending money or just kind of miscellaneous money. And so we figured out that if there's 9 months in a school year, then that would be $900 that you'd want to save for your first year. And then time bound, we've got specific dates for all of these goals. And so that would make this a SMART goal that we've identified. So this is a way we want to start thinking about your future related to getting your money together for college. And so we just use the example here of spending money because you've got lots of other options to pay for tuition and books and fees and that sort of thing. So I just wanted to take a simple example of just covering your kind of incidental expenses. So your long-term goals in this example were converted to medium-term goals and then even short-term goals. And so let's say if you had more money to work with, maybe you've got a summer job or you're thinking about getting a summer job, then that could make this even easier and make these goals even more attainable. Also, it could help you get to your goal faster, or you could say, you know what, I can save more than $900, so I can be even more comfortable in college. Another way to do it, if you can't come up with more income, is just cut back on what you spend on other things. Remember, we talked about those opportunity costs. So just like saving money for college has an opportunity cost, which is you have to give up having some things now, it also works the other way around. When you go and buy a new pair of shoes, the opportunity cost of those shoes is having some extra spending money when you get to college. So you want to think about that every time you spend money. And then another way of thinking about it is just figuring out, well, how much do I really need? How much do I really need to have saved? So these are some good things to start thinking about. Even though it's pretty far off, it's a good time to start thinking about, what do you want your future to look like? So another thing that you can do, as we kind of wrap up this idea of your goals and relating them to saving, is go out and look on the internet and look and see what suggestions people have on how much money you should save for college for certain things. How much money is realistic for spending money? And maybe it's different in different places. So think about where you want to go to college and see what they suggest you need to have saved. So those are some things to think about, and we'll continue with this idea on how much or how do we save for college.